Sean Paul, let me give it to him. Let me give it to him. I'm still in love with you. See, if you don't know nothing about that, you're too young. That's crazy if you don't know that song because that was a hit. And in this video right here, it seems as if there's a lot of allegations going around that Beyonce was cheating with Sean Paul when they had this song together that was blowing up. Because you know that they were spending more time together. They were going on tour together, practicing together. And they say if you can make her laugh and giggle, you can make them cheeks clap and jiggle. So, is that what Sean Paul ended up doing while she was with Jay-Z? Is that what ended up happening now? We're about to find out in this video right here because we're going to have Sean Paul explain to us everything that went down. Alright, so Sean Paul is going to be revealing the truth behind this affair. Let's see what's going on, yeah.
When I got there the night before the video shoot, I was told I'm not in any scene with her, which to me at the time, the way I was thinking about the video was totally different. I thought we were gonna kind of act something out.
Not that it's surprising, but did you know that Jay-Z sabotaged a few of Sean Paul's performances to send a clear message of boundaries? Because there were rumors going around that Sean was hooking up with Beyonce, and this was after they were forced to shoot the music video of their hit Baby Boy separately. Well, Sean Paul himself opened up about the real reason why he stopped performing Baby Boy with Beyonce, and whether there was any truth to the allegation that something juicy was happening between him and Beyonce back in the day.
Okay, so look, see, this is exactly why my girl can't be in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because some people say that's just performing, some people say that's bumping and grinding. Because, you know, they are on each other like that.
That something juicy was happening between him and Beyonce back in the day. So during an interview with Daily Beast, Sean Paul was asked about some of his favorite collaborations, and the first one he mentioned was the one with Busta Rhymes because he looked up to him. And according to Sean Paul, to be able to do two songs with him, Gimme the Light and Make It Clap, just felt like he was entering into a bigger club musically. He also said that Rihanna was another favorite, adding that back in the day when he was doing collabs with anybody, he would always have to go to where they were. But with Rihanna, he met her on tour and she was like, yo, I love Kingston. I want to go to Jamaica. For Sean Paul, that was pretty special. And that's why he ranks the collaboration with Rihanna as one of his favorites. Now, when he was asked about the collab with Beyonce, Sean said they really didn't hang out, but he always admired her music and her beauty. So when he heard Beyonce was stepping out on her own and wanted him to do a single, he was like, hell yeah. He said that he thought it was going to be an R&B, but it ended up being dancehall. So that made him go off and even called the song a banging track. But Sean Paul noted that despite the song's massive success, he only got to perform the song with Beyonce 3 times, something that actually bothered him. In fact, while talking about the dynamics, he was like, I had some people who were working with me for years and they were like, boss, I'm now a fan of yours. I was like, no, but we had just 3 performances and one was at Reggae Sunfest. At the time, we were both on the Rock the Mic tour. This was 2003. She wasn't on it every day, but she would come on certain dates and do the song Crazy in Love with Jay. Baby, I don't know who saw what during that first performance, but Sean said that the second time they were scheduled to perform together, things were just weird, and there was evident sabotage going on. What happened was that Sean was in LA doing his show, and then Bey was performing, and they told him to stick around because they would do Baby Boy together. So he runs out there, and the crowd goes wild, but after a while, it seems like he lost their energy, and to him it was weird because he was going wild out there. When the song finished, he went backstage and his own band was all pissed off. Like, man, that's effed up. You heard yourself? We couldn't hear you in the crowd. Your mic was off. Basically, somebody sabotaged Sean's performance by switching off his mic. At the time, Sean didn't think much of it because he thought it may have just been a glitch. But when it happened again, he knew for a fact that someone was out to sabotage him. They had another performance with Beyonce in Scotland, and it was an MTV event.
Guarantee that's Jay-Z. Knowing Jay, but I guarantee he's like, nah, I'm not gonna let this man have no shine. He's probably pulling some strings to have his performances sabotaged.
And they ended up doing the rehearsal and everything was good. And the performance was going to be where Sean would go up from under the stage and then they both walked to a big center thing in the middle of the stadium, which was surrounded by fire. That all happened as planned. But when the song reached his part and he was supposed to go, you're a top girl, the track kept going. Baby boy, you stay. Baby boy, you stay. Just repeating. Wow. And he was like, what's going on here? That right there proved to him that somebody was trying to sabotage him. Apparently, after this performance is when Beyonce confronted Sean to ask him about the dating rumors because it was messing with her career. And Sean was just like, so listen, I met Jay before you and we was friends, so me and him should talk. If it feels a way about that, then we should talk because it's not coming from me. Get this, just so Bey's team made it clear that they would not be working with Sean, there was one more performance they were supposed to do at the VMAs. And Beyonce told him that they were going to have rehearsal. But the day before the VMAs, there was a press day, and in the middle of it, Sean said that he heard somebody rehearsing Baby Boy. Then when they went to the label, they were like, yo, they're not going to do the song with you. Child, it was not just weird for him, but also hella embarrassing, considering he had to sit through the performance with his now wife and other celebrities who kept asking him why he was not up there. You know, for Sean, the worst part was that everything fell on him and he was the one getting blamed while Beyonce was still performing the song solo. And when he realized that there was a clear sabotage, he decided to just let it go. Remember, he had previously agreed on the Two Live Crew, Action and the Burger Man radio show in Jamaica that Jay wasn't comfortable with their 2003 collaboration, Baby Boy, because he didn't like them spending time together. Baby, I'm personally glad that he walked away because we are talking about Jay here. And forgiveness is not one of his greatest strengths. Remember how Jay-Z did Carrie Hilson after she dissed Beyonce? I mean, her career literally came to a standstill after dissing Beyonce. And she really fought back tears when she opened up about her hiatus during an interview with psychic medium Reginald Lewis on a segment for Steve Harvey's daytime show.
It is kind of a comeback.
Yeah.
It is kind of a comeback. Because I hit rock bottom a few times.
You had to.
Yeah.
You had to. And that's the thing.
And I'm crawling back to walking in my purpose.
Have we also forgotten how Jay-Z did Foxy Brown dirty after he was done with her?
This was allegedly.
Nah, Jay-Z just looked funny in this picture, man. Yo.
Forgotten how Jay-Z did Foxy Brown dirty after he was done with her?
This was allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right. I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce. Allegedly.
I mean, Jay-Z also tried to sabotage Rihanna when he realized that her career was a threat to Beyonce. In fact, there were allegations that Jay-Z went behind Rihanna's back and leaked her album Anti prematurely to help prop up his wife Beyonce's formation. For those who may not be aware, Anti leaked on Tidal earlier than it was expected to, which led to Rihanna releasing it herself, offering up free download codes for fans to hear the album without paying for it. And apparently, Jay-Z did that intentionally. In addition, there's also how it's been said that Jay-Z was not a fan of Aaliyah because Beyonce couldn't get on top.
They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died.
Speaking of Aaliyah, Jay-Z is also the same person who tried to destroy Dame Dash.
Yeah, they said that Aaliyah's death was planned intentionally so Beyonce can end up reaching the top when it comes to the music, because Aaliyah was blowing up during that time too.
Just because he got a girl that he was eyeing. Hell, there are even allegations that he controls his own wife Beyonce to keep her in check.
And the more drugs he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce 5.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
The Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
So you think this man would sit around and watch stans talk about how Beyonce and Sean Paul looked good together? Ain't no way. Word on the street was even that Beyonce said behind the scenes that Jay-Z felt threatened by Sean Paul's popularity and charisma. Allegedly, she said that Jay-Z did not want her to share the stage with another man, especially one who was already triggering rumors of an affair. Apparently, Jay-Z even accused her of having an affair with Sean Paul and demanded that she cut off all contact with him. Beyonce also allegedly said that she tried to reassure Jay-Z that there was nothing going on between her and Sean Paul, but he did not believe her. He became very controlling and possessive and even hired private investigators to follow her and Sean Paul around. Definitely sounds like something Jay would do,
That's
right?
psychotic.
You know how I also suspected that Jay-Z may have been behind the sabotage? There was a time Bun B was talking about his collaboration with Beyonce, and he said that because Bey was in skimpy clothes, Jay-Z
See,
gave
girls be like, yeah, I want my man to care about what I'm doing. Sometimes girls literally, like, you know what I'm saying, want that over overly cautious dude just to always ask where they're at. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want him to hire investigators like Jay-Z, because there has to be a line drawn somewhere. That's just crazy.
An order that all the men be cleared out of the room. Bun B said, so they immediately come over to us and they kick all of us out to our dressing rooms. And we're told to stay there until we have to shoot. We're not allowed to watch Beyonce dance anymore. He said that Beyonce eventually went over to him to apologize and explained what happened, saying, I'm so sorry you guys had to leave the room, but Jay's not comfortable. I know, the insecurity is insane. It's also sad that Sean Paul and Beyonce didn't get to perform the song together as much as they should have. But what are your thoughts on Jay-Z seemingly sabotaging the efforts? And also,
so what do y'all think? You think Sean Paul bent it over? You think so, man? Or do you think that's the reason? You think Jay-Z knew something, that's the reason why? Or Jay-Z's just going crazy, he was being insecure, and he never and nothing ever even happened? Either way, I'm gonna title this video, Beyonce caught cheating with Sean Paul. And I'm gonna let you guys decide whether it happened or not. Alright? Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. The same way you're gonna catch me in the next one. Peace.